Hey, what's going on, boys? So, it looks like FaceIQ finally admitted that he might have been wrong about the Elias de Poot rating that he done in the past. So, let's see what he has to say.
Welcome back. Today we're analyzing Elias de Poot. Now, Elias de Poot was actually the first person I ever analyzed on this channel. If you go back to the videos, the first video. So, that was somehow relevant in my head. I don't know why. I guess it's kind of relevant.
I mean, let's be reasonable here and give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm assuming if you're putting a video on YouTube, you've done previous analyses, so clearly Elias wasn't the very first person that you analyzed, but whatever.
Anyway, we got 81% harmony with new measurements. Oh yes, it's relevant because we have new measurements since the first time I analyzed him. Holy shit, I forgot how to make a video. We have new measurements since the first time I analyzed Elias, and now he has less facial harmony. So that'll be interesting. And he got still an 81.4% harmony with the new formula, the new ratios, which is still very high. It's amazing.
It is most likely in the 75 range. Might be even lower, but let's not be overly analytical. Let's not be aspy about it, if you guys catch my drift.
Let's see his general issues. Overly upturned eyes, yeah, his eyes are too positively tilted. Narrow jaw, yeah. Steep jaw, yeah. Okay. FaceIQ Labs is pretty accurate in that regard.
Very minor flaws, no big deal, It's still Elias de Poot, the big mugger, the very high appeal boss. Nothing too major.
Some mental, I guess. Facial convexity, jaw shape. Okay, yeah. We'll look through the main things.
Oh, and I just realized that they're actually finally introducing like the system where it's not like if you're outside of the range, you get deducted like half the points. It's basically similar to what I've done in the past when I introduced my new system. I believe it is being done a bit differently here. In this case, I think it's a good idea because I don't think you should be penalized by like half just because you're like 1 degree outside of the range or like you're like 0.05 like outside of a ratio. So that's a good addition.
This is the biggest proportional flaw on his front. So this is what, we have a normalized score out of 10. And this normalized score is kind of like, you have a 1 out of 10 canthal tilt. So for example, I have like a 1 out of 10 canthal tilt, right? But then I have a 8 out of 10 jaw width. We kind of are getting this normalized idea here. And as we can see, his mid face, this right here, is quite deviant from his jaw. And this is his biggest issue. It's in the orange. It's not
and not a personal attack, but in my opinion, there's bigger problems here than his canthal tilt. I think you guys can know what I mean.
Even that big of a deal. But yeah, we want to see ideally this angle right here be identical to this angle. You'll see a lot of top faces have this one marked off pretty well. This is arguably his biggest flaw, in my opinion, which is the narrow jaw. Yeah, the jaw should be, we want to see really closer to his biggest. Well, this is arguably top faces have this one.
I think like a 79 jaw frontal angle should be penalized more.
Marked off pretty well. This is arguably. Yeah, the jaw should be, we want to see really closer to 86% the width of the cheekbones. At the low end, I mean, it can go even up to 92%. He's at 81%. We can see.
Like having a too wide jaw is not good either, but this is potentially worse.
This is more in the yellow, proportionally. Not horrible. This is a 5.8 out of 10 jaw width. It's just very normal, but not good. Here's another one of his flaws, which is the lower to upper lip ratio. He has kind of a weird commissure, so we can see when we're looking at how his lips close together, we kind of see how this is curving, which this is also called the lip seal. We want a flat lip seal. This is random. My friend Kai actually has a really good lip seal, if I recall correctly. That's an example. I'll put up some examples on screen.
My friend Kai has a good lip seal. I don't know why, but that just killed me.
His lip seal is not perfect, and this can also kind of change the way this measure looks because his upper lip is going up, so to speak. We see that lip seal. Still definitely is an unideal thing. He has lips that are pretty much the same size instead of a bigger lower lip. The acute jaw, the jaw is too acute and downgrown. Yeah. The eyes are too positively tilted a little bit. This is kind of due, I mean, his medial canthus really isn't that crazy. So yeah, this is a real flaw. And I think in my first...
I do remember back in the day, he was like, oh, this is actually a good thing. Like, it's more of a positive thing, something like that. I'm glad that he finally realized that it is a flaw. Because it makes Elias look uncanny, or shall I say, it's one of the contributors for Elias to look uncanny.
Analysis, I didn't deduct him properly for this. I was like, oh, there's no such thing as too positive. That was a stupid belief. That's not true. This is a bit too positive. Now, is it better than like negative like mine? Yeah, obviously. You know, it's still a 7.6 out of 10 canthal tilt, but now this I would argue is a little stupid. His eyes are technically too compact, which I think is just due to squinting. And here we have a new angle, right? Like this wasn't in my first analysis of Elias. His ears are slightly protruding. So that's a slight deduction.
That is a miscellaneous flaw.
The rest is just going to be ideal. Yeah, literally everything's just ideal. Really good frontal harmony. I mean, you know, what are his frontal issues? Okay, the jaw is a little narrow. The jaw is a little steep. Mostly to do with the jaw, really. Really good harmony. Go to the side. Oh, yeah. The chin's over-projected and the jaw is slightly recessed. Is what I see. And that's why he's going to fail this, yeah. This is kind of a slightly saggy segmental, yeah. Yeah, the chin is over-projected. The lower jaw is slightly recessed and downgrown. Yeah.
His jaw is very downgrown. Like, it's one of his major flaws, to say the least.
Oh, this could actually be a little bit more acute. His nasofrontal angle is a little feminine. Could be more like this. It's interesting. Didn't know that previously. Yeah, you know, all these flaws are coming down to the same underlying issue, which is...
That one is actually interesting. Like, you would think that, like, when Elias has such, like, you know, like under eyes, you would think that his nasofrontal angle would be, like, more lower, like, more in the masculine range.
Or projected chin, but then the recessed jaw. So you actually want the jaw to come move forward and then the chin to be less projected. And that would actually fix everything and look more aesthetic. His ramus is a little proclined, it looks like. Could not be. Yeah, new ratio. You know, this is slightly a little too upturned. This nasal tip to Frankfurt plane. Ooh, he has really high facial depth. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's really good. Wow, this is something, you know, I'm working with our team. This is obviously FaceIQ Labs, my software. I want to make this ratio even more important. And I want to add an anterior facial depth ratio, which would consider like things like the maxillary projection, not the overall facial projection. And I think this is one of the most things in aesthetic, facial depth. Whew, it's crucial, man. Like, it's crucial. See here, I want to add a measurement assess Vegas to here.
It's not everything. I mean, you could have all of it.
Here to the orbital, and that will kind of measure like maxillary projection, and I think that's super important. This is really good to have. Yeah, everything else is, you know, the gonale is still in the ideal. Now arguably,
Hold up just a minute. I think this gonale angle is being measured wrong. Like, I'm pretty sure that, like, the original creator of all of this, Dietmar, aka Creating Attractive, he wasn't measuring the gonale angle like this. But whatever, let's give the benefit of the doubt.
the appearance of being not ideal due to the saggy submental region. Some things are mapped a little wrong. That's probably on my end there. Generally, though, I mapped it Well, I would say he just has a bit of an odd chin shape. Yeah, so I mean, in terms of harmony, 81%. Angularity,
No way. No way.
I would still.
Angularity is like above 8, okay? We can give him like 8.5. I wouldn't give him 9 because look at the side profile. That's not 9 angularity.
The submental could be a little better there. Man, angularity, he still has to get a 9, man. Yeah,
This is not objective. It's like, he has to have a 9. Like, why? Have you seen the side profile?
still has to get a 9 there. Dimorphism.
Low 7 at best.
Dimorphism, he has the upturned nose, the narrow jaw. The eyes are too upturned. I think I overrated his dimorphism previously. His dimorphism is realistically probably a 7. Like, he still is super striking and has a lot of masculine traits, but probably not as high as I initially gave it. Maybe 7.5 to 7.
7.
His overall score, in my opinion, is going to go to an 8. My reasoning is like 9.
No, even on a objective scale, he's like a 7.5 to 7.75. And obviously his appeal is way lower. We all know that. But yeah, I can accept someone rating this guy 7.5 to 7.75 on an objective scale. It's fair. Do take in mind, guys, that objective scales tend to favor model-esque type of faces, and they can't really quantify beauty in the sense that our eyes see. So this is why people like Francisco Lachowski, Alain Delon, Alessandro Delisola, and more people, they just look the way they look, but they will never score the highest on like a formula. So that's just something to keep in mind.
Angularity, 8 harmony roughly, 7 dimorphism, and then probably around 8 features. I think the fairest assessment for De Poot with our new formula, and we'll add the other tenets to the app as well. I think the fairest score for him is 8 to 8.25. That would be my revised rating for Elias de Poot. 8 to 8.25. I think that's really fair.
7.75 absolute max.
I think that's really, really fair. Because the dimorphism, I definitely overrated that. The angularity, I didn't. The features, I really didn't. And then now we have new assessments with harmony, so it lowers that a little bit. Yeah, 8 to 8.25. I think that's really fair for Elias in this prime right here. If you want to find out how attractive you are and see your facial harmony, which is the score right here, and all of these assessments, this is...
So this has been it, pretty much. It is a better rate than before, but it's still, I think he's still inflating Elias' score a little bit. I don't know if he's doing it on purpose, like he might be genuinely his opinion, and nothing wrong with that. I just think that he's a sub 8 if we're talking about objective scale, and clearly appeal-wise, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this guy is a sub 8, sub 7, I mean, because like realistically he has a good niche. Like, these are probably the types of girls that he's gonna get, and it is reflected on his girlfriend too. I mean, just look at her. So overall, I think this has been a good video. I think FaceIQ admitting his mistakes is a good move, and yeah. By the way, guys, if you want to get the face rating done by me and not by some other people or by some app, because there's a funny thing going on in these types of services, that is like you getting a face rating from me, but I'm not the one making your face rating, it's someone else. But in this case, we're not doing that here. So if you get a face rating from me, you get it from me. And that is pretty much it for today, boys. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Don't forget, raw meat is not gonna make you look like this. It won't.